It's another Sunday evening. Welcome to Osun in Progress, a program that showcases activities and achievements of government of the state of the virtuous under the leadership of Gboyega Oyetola. Today's edition is special. Governor Gboyega Oyetola bagged an award as the Governor of the Year by the Business Day newspaper. This is because of his achievements in the areas of health, education, security, and inclusive governance. Before we bring you highlights of the colorful award ceremony which took place in Abuja on Thursday, let's look at the activities of the state governments for the week. My name is Rafiu Hamid, welcoming you to the program once again. The week started with the enforcement of COVID-19 safety protocols in worship centers across the states. This follows the rising cases of the second wave of the pandemic in Osun State. The task force was led by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Security, Osun. She expressed satisfaction with the level of compliance with safety measures in all churches and mosques visited.
What we have seen, they are trying with compliance. Most churches that we entered complied with the use of nose mask, with the spacing, and with their hand washing bay. Only few hung their mask instead of using it properly, and they were educated.
The religious leaders promised to continue to support government in curtailing the spread of the virus.
Every Asalatu, we have been sanitizing our members on COVID-19. The medical secretary has been doing that every week to tell our people the advantage and disadvantages that we are going to get from complying with the COVID-19 directive.
From the very entrance of the church, you see that the washing of hands, sanitizer. But when it comes to our brothers and sisters, of course, it's a continuous struggle. We continue to enlighten our people. And I believe we do better.
On Monday, Osun State Government promised to encourage and support National Association of Traditional Medicine Practitioners, considering their impact and cultural value in the society. Special Advisor to the Governor on Civic Engagement, OWITILOYE, said this during a meeting with the practitioners in Osogbo as part of government civic engagement activities. He urged them to trust and support Oyetola-led administration, which he said is committed to creating an enabling environment that will make all categories of residents in the state thrive in their various occupations and businesses.
We believe that they have a lot of way to have an impact and add value into our government, and they have been able to bring out their best in the area of manufacturing the herbals that they can use to combat this pandemic called COVID-19. That's another plus for us, and we must encourage them as a government. We must support them financially, morally. And they make us to know that Osun is part of those people that donated the herbals for trial to NAFDAC in order to combat this COVID-19 pandemic. And who can say if at the end of the day the medicine was picked, that is where it will be a plus for the state of Osun.
During the meeting, the group unanimously requested the government to sanitize Traditional Medicine Board in the state. They urged government to constitute membership of the board in a way that will include court practitioners of traditional medicine.
Is to regulate traditional medicine practice in Nigeria. By this, we want to bring the traditional medicine to global market. You know, in the India, Ghana, Korea, I've been to that places. So traditional medicine is competing with orthodox medicine in medicine stores. You know, in Ghana, we have traditional medicine store and orthodox medicine store, apart and part. If they diagnose you in hospital, they will just prescribe to you which one you will take, and they are working effectively. By this, through the traditional medicine board, we can have a upper hand of regulate and do everything about traditional medicine practitioners in Osun State.
On Wednesday, the governor attended the swearing-in ceremony of Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu in Akure, the Ondo State capital. The event was also attended by the national leader of the APC, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, Chief Adebisi Akande, governors of Ekiti, Lagos, and Ogun State, as well as traditional rulers, among others.
Exactly 4 years ago, this journey began. It commenced on the strength of our unshakable and collective faith in God Almighty. As we committed our desire there, an aspiration and indeed a vision for a new Ondo State. I will go with nostalgia.
On Thursday, Governor Gboyega Oyetola bagged Award of Governor of the Year by the Business Day newspaper in Abuja. The governor arrived at the Transcorp Hilton Hall, venue of the award ceremony, in company of his wife, Kafayat Oyetola, and top government functionaries. His outstanding achievements in health, education, security, and inclusive governance earned him the award.
The nominees are Osun State, Edo State, Delta State, and the winner is Osun State.
Oyetola, I welcome Pastor wife, I welcome all of you.
So to present this award,
few weeks back, I was in Osun and I visited His Excellency, and what I saw there, I promised him that I will go back and stay for 2 days so that I will see the projects being executed. Today, that promise is vindicated by Business Day, and I congratulate His Excellency the Governor, and I present the award on behalf of Business Day. May God bless all of us. Amen.
The colorful event was attended by members of the National Assembly caucus from Osun State, led by Senator Ajibola Bashiru and Taiwo Oluga, members of the State Assembly, led by the Speaker, Right Honorable Timothy OWOEYE, Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, Senator Iyola Omishore, members of the Osun State Executive Council, APC Chairman Gboyega Famodun, Emir of Kano, Alhaji Ado Bayero, Aragbiji of Iragbiji, Oba Abdurrasheed Olabomi, among other eminent personalities.
It's obvious that the governor of the state of Osun, Alhaji Gboyega Oyetola, has brought professionalism and the commitment and of course vast experience that he has gathered in the public service, having served at the top hierarchy of the previous administration to governance. He's been able to work on the critical areas of infrastructure, road infrastructure necessary to facilitate development. The health sector has also benefited from this intervention, and also the education sector. As you will see, we're in the process in the state of recruiting additional teachers, and it is being done on the basis of merit, not on the basis of just a selection, which exam is even being conducted by JAM. And of course, in the area of human capacity development, he has also been able to excel very well. So you discover that notwithstanding the lockdown of COVID, and notwithstanding the challenge of the dwindling nature of the Nigerian economy due to the international international oil market and the dwindling revenue allocation, he's been able to continue as if there has not been such a very massive disruption of the economy. So I think the board of editors and the people at the Business Day must have thought, looking at this very track record, and say that it's deserving the award. And I also say that as one of the critical stakeholders in the state, which my constituents in the Osun district benefiting immensely from the work of good governance, I also think it's good for us to celebrate him and for him to be called to task to do more in delivering services to our people.
Before he can be conferred this award, I believe there are some certain indices put into consideration before he becomes the best governor of the year. And the changes he has brought to the state of Osun, both human development and economic development, is second to none. And looking at the financial situation in the state, the paucity of funds, he was able to maneuver, to put things together, to make ends meet for the people in the area of prompt payment of salary, infrastructural development such as roads, hospitals, and development of rural areas.
I would like to congratulate the governor, state of Osun, Governor Gboyega Oyetola, on this well-deserved award from Business Day. We are here because we are proud of him, and I will say this is little out of what he deserves. If you know the state of things in Osun State, with major things that he's doing, especially in terms of infrastructure, in terms of education, in the health sector, and so on and so forth. So we rejoice with him and we congratulate him. And I know the reward for hard work, because our governor is very, very hardworking. The reward for hard work is more hard work. So this is a challenge for him to do more. In the next 2 years, the first time we'll be running that.
The award is worthy to be given to him. He has performed so well as the governor of Osun State in the past 2 years. He has touched almost every aspect of governance, be it security, be it infrastructural development, be it his approach to governance is so scientific and result-oriented. We have enjoyed him in the past 2 years. Politically, he has excelled, and he has given us a hope of continuity in governance, even after his first term in office.
The theme of the National Discourse and Good Governance Awards by the Business Day newspaper is rewarding excellence in governance.
Permit me to reiterate that Business Day Competitiveness and Governance Award, established in 2013, seeks to promote excellence in governance at the sub-national level. It helps to provide feedback on the policies, programs, and projects that contribute to the well-being of Nigerians. Governance is a journey, and it is relative, and collectively led by the governors in each state must continue to improve the standard of living of Nigerians. In this context, I wish to highlight two very important, pressing, and desperate national issues. The first is security. Security is not and never will be about the summation of the armory and the weapons at the disposal of government. Everywhere and every time, it is a political solution that is required. The second is the economy. Perhaps because I'm an economist, I have come to this conclusion. Without growth in income, we can never resolve conflicts fully. Never. Go and check the whole history of conflicts. Whenever there are declining income or stagnating incomes, conflicts are bound to happen, because everybody is fighting for a reducing pie of output. This is the key reason why we are gathered here this evening. Nigeria and Nigerians continue to demand excellence in governance. It is therefore important to recognize and celebrate leaders that, despite the odds, strive to deliver excellence in governance. This annual program only serves to single out executive governors who have improved the socio-economic well-being in their respective states. The parameters used in the compilation of these awards include rural and urban roads constructed within the fiscal year, the number of hospitals and primary healthcare centers upgraded, renovated and newly built, enrollments raised in public primary and secondary school, performance in national examinations such as the West African Examination Council, improvement in internally generated revenue, IGR, capital importation and foreign direct investment.
General Yakubu Gowon attended the event via Zoom.
I am delighted to have been invited once again by Business Day Media Group to have the pleasure of meeting and interacting with the eminent and distinguished personalities at this event.
The award was presented to the governor by the Emir of Kano, Alhaji Ado Bayero.
Like I said earlier, I was in Osun State on a familiarization tour when I became the Emir of Kano, and I visited the governor at the seat of power through my brother, the Oni of Ife, and the other traditional rulers there. I have seen so much, and I commented a lot to them. Then I wish I was staying longer so that I would go around and see the developments that have been made. Fortunately, Business Day has proved my statement then. I'm happy that it's not only me that recognize that, but very important forum like the Business Day, reward of excellence. And I pray we will have more leaders and more political stalwarts like him.
Governor Oyetola is a man of few words, but more action.
Jigawa State,
His action,
Edo State, and
his
Osun
approach
State.
to governance,
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner,
such
Jigawa
that
State.
service takes priority over any other thing. Within the short period of being at the saddle as the governor of the state economy, all areas of human endeavor in the state has been turned around. We are happy, the others are happy, civil servants are happy, every person in the state is happy with this governor, with his performance. Certainly, he has brought a lot of smiles to the state. He's been given this award is not a surprise to me. I know that one way or the other, people recognize hard work.
The governor, Gboyega Oyetola, who is elated about the award, promised not to relent in his efforts towards making life more comfortable for the people.
I would like to express my profound appreciation to the management of Business Day newspaper for this kind of recognition by administration's modest efforts at redefining governance and impacting the lives of our people. I'm surprised that our 2 years modest efforts at re-engineering the economy of Osun and applying time-tested principles to transform a state, grappling with depressed economy, will catch the eagle eyes of the 2020 State Competitiveness and Good Governance Award Committee and qualify us for nomination for this prestigious award. It is therefore with all sense of humility and deep appreciation that I receive this prestigious award on behalf of the government and the people of Osun, who provided the enabling environment, the top-notch manpower, and the support for this recognition. The people are the reason we are in government and at the center of all we do as an administration. We came into office on the platform mandate of Ileri Oluwa, God's promise, which is undeniable but comes with responsibility. As expected, God performed his own side by giving us electoral victory, thus compelling us to fulfill our own portion of the path which we anchored on our development agenda. This award is therefore a product of 2 years of fidelity to the content of our mandate development agenda, which involves provision of adequate, qualitative, and equitable services to the people across sectors, and the employment of creativity and probity in an economy in tatters to power the agenda. While the creativity slant includes collaborating with development partners, encouraging and developing our personnel, the probity leg involves prudent management of our resources, plugging wastages and cutting excesses to fund our projects and programs. This award is also a product of faithfulness to my conviction that After over 3 decades of materials service in the private sector, the service to the people is actually the best service, and it can yield its best when people of integrity and honor venture into the fold.
Some members of his cabinet described the award as well deserved.
The governor of the state of Osun, Oyetola, he has done tremendously well as far as health is concerned. And I stand to be corrected. I do not think there's any state governor, any state for that matter, in our country that has renovated a whole lot of 332 health centers. And that is essentially what we have done in our state. More importantly, the issue of salaries for health workers. Mr. Governor graciously approved payment of consolidated medical scale for doctors and conhests for other health workers. This has been our albatross, our Achilles heel over the years. We've not been able to retain doctors in our state because we couldn't match what doctors get in other states. This is what Mr. Governor has addressed without being prompted. He was the one that actually called our attention to it, that they actually wanted to pay doctors what is due to them. Go to Asubiaru, at the moment we've just completed 30 flats for junior doctors. We have 120 wards that's about 70 to 80% completed. We shall soon commission that as well. These are a few things that we have done in our state. In the past, we never had a single ventilator in our state. But with the advent of COVID-19 pandemic, we can now boast of 8 ventilators in Osun.
Mr. Governor is a good manager of human and material resources and a lover of education. He has done wonderfully well in the field of education, particularly inclusive management of Osun education, bringing everybody, all the hitherto estranged stakeholders back on board to forge a strong partnership with government to move Osun education forward. We have prioritized character development and we have introduced core values into our school. In addition to all this soft content, Mr. Governor is also intensifying renovation of physical infrastructures in our schools, renovation of classrooms, purchase of hardwares, furnitures, ICT materials, instructional materials, to make education interesting to our children.
A lot of cultural display spiced up the event. The governor thanked the people of the state for their prayers and support and promised to do more.
Came as a surprise because I never knew that the little we are doing has been noticed.
Your Excellencies,
I'm particularly very happy.
Your Royal Majesty, I'd like to stand on existing protocols.
The reward for hard work is more work.
His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State, Engineer Abdullahi A.
Question of asking us to do more.
Immediate past
People recognize the little we are doing. We've done so much in the areas of infrastructure, road
also
infrastructure,
was at one time
the area of
the
health,
director of
the area of security. Only last week, I flagged off
the negative balance sheet of
flyover at we're going to do more.
to a positive balance sheet of 6 billion in just about 4 or 5 years. So, Engineer Abdullahi A.
Going to do more.
entered politics with well-cultivated proclivity for business.
I give glory to Almighty God. I'm very, very happy, elated that the good work His Excellency is doing in the state of Osun is being noticed by people in our country. I'm very, very happy. He has been doing a lot of things in the state.
Receiving this very
rewarding
and important award,
it gives me pleasure
from
and
the
happiness
Business Day newspaper
to see the Business Day
on
giving
behalf
him
of the
this
governor
award.
of Ebonyi State.
I'm very happy and I
want
give
to
glory
thank
to
you so much.
Almighty God.
Members of the Osun State House of Assembly Committee on Works, led by Taufik Badmus, embarked on inspection of some road projects in different parts of the state. The motive behind the inspection is to ensure contractors adhere strictly with contractual agreement in order not to shortchange government.
This form part of what Governor Oyetola has been doing so far. In terms of infrastructural development, as we can all see, we've moved around the nook and cranny of the state today. We've been to about 5 local governments, different locations, to inspect the level of the ongoing project and the completed project. And having gone through, we are satisfied with the work done so far.
We really appreciate the administration of Gboyega Oyetola, the current governor of Osun State, because this road really helped a lot. Because before, this road was nothing to write about. This road is not good at all, but we really appreciate his administration for this road. And we pray God will help him to do more of it.
That's the size of our package for today. Join us next Sunday, same time, for another edition of the program. On behalf of the coordinator, who doubles as the State Commissioner for Information and Civic Orientation, Funke Egbemade, and the entire production crew, my name is Rafiu Hamid saying, do have a great week ahead.